Things in a British grocery store that will put any American in a coma. Part 2. What you're looking at right now is beef mince. No, not wood shavings, not food for your chinchilla. Beef mince. Again, with
What in the world is beef mince?
Minced beef, isn't it like beef cut up like real small?
That look like chipped wood. For real. I see why she said chipped wood. Look at it. I mean, if we're bad, then I guess the UK is worse. I see why Riaz says what he says. So that means Riaz is really doing his research.
Yeah. There's a beef that's like really dry. I forgot what it's called, but it kind of looks like that.
Yo, this shit right here, if anybody comes at Riaz, y'all better go out there and do y'all research before y'all chunk my young bull again. Because I see why he's out here. He says it. I just, do the research so I can learn. That's why I watch different channels, blah, blah, blah. Shout out to my young boy, yo. I'm really proud of him, yo, because he's out here to learn, not out here to bullshit. He's out here to learn and bring awareness.
Yeah, it's happening in his country. I looked it up too. Mhm. It's true.
Yo, that's crazy. It says the chicken make me scream. Why in the lower shelf and it looks warm? Right? Isn't the chicken supposed to be refrigerated, frozen, and all that shit? Like, why is it in regular shelves? They don't look like refrigerators to me. Watch.
shavings, not food for your
That looks like a
chinchilla.
refrigerator,
Beef
but watch.
mince. Again, with the beige food. Do they eat this in one sitting? You break out a character for one moment. This looks bomb. Back in character.
I ain't gonna lie. That ice cream do look like it's popping though. Like she says bum and the kids from this generation say bussin'. I say that shit look popping. But let me shut up and let me not put my foot in my mouth because that shit could send me to the ER today if I eat that shit in one sit like she said. That shit is crazy.
Where is she at? Is that the UK?
Yeah, that's the UK. I heard a beep beep. That's not StreamYard. Oh shit. Yep. We know somebody that knows about the UK. Blessings, blessings, young
Hello.
Riaz. How you
I'm doing alright.
Hey, what up, young Riaz? Good morning.
Riaz, is this really happening in the UK right here?
Just let me take a look and see.
He said, "Let me take a look." What's wrong with the ice cream though? Like, I don't get it.
No, she said the ice cream bussin'. No, she said bumming. Wait, bum.
Bomb, bomb,
Bum. I don't know what era this is from, the
bomb.
word bum. I know bussin' is from my kids' era. Poppin', that show, yo, that John, listen, man, it's off the hook. That's my era and probably above. But
That's probably a very old school term, though. I don't know anyone nowadays that uses that word. That's
yeah,
probably
I'm
an
like,
old school term, though.
but she said this is how the markets is looking in the UK. I'm mad they got this chicken in the lower shelf with no ice in the refrigerator. And you don't even see the cold air coming out the fridge. Like you see it melting.
Uh,
Like this chicken is not in cold air. There's no cold temperature around this chicken.
wow. That's bad, though, man. That's bad. Good for me. I don't shop at the store there, though. Like, basically, when we go to like, the stores and stuff like that, I don't shop for those types of chicken. I go to halal meat shop and stuff like that. So
Oh, okay.
I go to
Uh,
halal meat shops. That's where I get my meat from, though, and the way they do is very different.
All right, hold
So
on. Basically, what Riaz is trying to say, guys, for those of y'all that are confused, he does halal shopping. It's a little different, right? Because we have a lot of halal stores here for Muslim people buy on the halal. I buy off of there. Like I
I
prefer,
go to a normal store, but when what I mean those by meat. So if
yeah.
we're talking about meat,
It's
that's
a
what I
little
meant.
different. It's a little different. The halal store is a little different from the regular stores. So that's why I'm breaking it down.
Yeah, of course,
I
of course. I get it, though, boss. I'm also just clarifying as well why you do that is for
Yeah.
meat. I only shop for meat in a halal meat shop, but for anything else, that's just in a normal store like everyone else.
No, because here they got halal stores, and I think like a lot of us we prefer to go to the halal stores than the regular stores. Like
Yep.
cousin supermarket here is a store where in HB a lot of people go shopping, especially low income. But one prices went up Two, a lot of the food in there, like the cheese, is one of the things that I tell people, yo, don't go buy that cheese in cousin supermarket. It's fake. Like that shit will not melt.
Imitation.
That shit will not burn. That shit stays the same, no matter how much heat you apply to the fucking cheese from Cousins. Like I don't care if it's from DX and Watson or whatever it says on the damn thing. I feel as though the labels on that joint is fake too. And the crazy
Well,
thing is, right? Their food is supposed to be halal.
I
Riaz
know,
knows what
but
I'm talking about.
of course, of course, of course.
So if
So
your
yeah,
food is halal, how is this cheese processed? It's supposed to be real cheese because in
I
halal
don't,
stores, the cheese is
I
not
don't
fake.
know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Everyone else is different. For me, the one I go to, those like the guy's Pakistani, and also like that way he does is like. What's also
See,
interesting when we go to the halal shop though as well, where I'm from though in a different town and stuff like that in the area I stay and stuff like that. What's so interesting, they get to ship some stuff from their country to here and stuff that you never really get to have, here where I'm from though, where
but see,
when.
the halal stores over here, they're supposed to be, the food's supposed to be more natural. For example, the chicken isn't supposed to be like this at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh
everything's
wow.
supposed to be natural. Like it
I
ain't
don't
nothing
know.
fake, ain't nothing. So that's why when you said halal, I was like, okay, Riaz knows what he's talking about. So either you know or your family knows. So I'm guessing your mom and your dad know what they doing.
Of course they know though, and it's just like we know the person who makes it and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So for us,
So
halal over here, like when we get halal meats, is better than getting the meats in the markets because it's supposed to be more natural. See, the
yeah,
Muslims
they,
eat more halal than anything. So when you go
yeah,
halal, there's no pork, none of that stuff that you're not supposed to be eating either.
yeah, and also because what else it is when they actually do cut it as well, the blood in the meat and stuff, they drain it. So basically, though, when you eat the meat, it's not basically filled with something that you shouldn't have, though, like the
Yep.
blood
Everything's
inside it.
real.
You're not supposed to have. They drain it out, so then it's just the meat only you get to eat.
Facts. So Riaz
So
is on point. Shout out to Riaz.
shout out
Thank
to
you.
Rios.
Thank you. So the what else as well that people don't know as well. I can have kosher meat as well. So the way Jews cut meat, I can eat the same way as them because the way they cut it is similar to the way I cut it. So basically, when I eat kosher meat, I can eat it though. But that's the only other alternative other than halal meat. So there's no halal meat. I can eat a kosher meat as a substitute because the
Mhm.
way they cut is a similar method.
You're not the first person I've heard say that, but I know Commander was about to say something.
Oh yeah, because I was talking to somebody from the UK, because I was saying how the eggs taste different. Like something's wrong with the eggs. So I found a person who has chickens in their backyard, and I buy my eggs from her. But then also the chicken has been tasting weird. Like it's different, and even my dogs don't want to eat it because like I make my dogs their food out of like chicken, vegetables, and
A lot
rice.
of people do that. Here,
Well,
I'm up in Philly, and I know a lot of people like their vets are recommending for them to cook their food, their dog's food, like to put it together, prep it, and everything instead of buying it. I'm gonna sit here, right? I was mad, right, because my baby pops. I've been cooking my food, right, and I've been doing it old school, right. I've been feeding my dog old school because I don't know why my right hand, my emotional support pet died. I've had her for so long, right? I got on the live and I told everybody, like I was really sad. It broke my heart. Like she just like you know what it is to wake up and find somebody, even though it's a pet, I know it's an animal, but believe it or not, dogs listen, dogs understand. And when you take care of them, they take care of you. And my bitch rocked out for me, yo. Like she protected me, she defended me, she was with me all the way. Like I raised her since she was a pup. But when she passed away, I didn't understand why she passed away. Like I just, woke up, saw her there. I don't know if it was due to that heat wave that we had that 1 week. You see where I'm coming from? But we had
Yeah,
air. But she also has to go out and use the bathroom and stuff like that. But she was old already. I had her since she was a
yeah.
pup.
She
Like,
was
you know what it is
older.
to have a dog for 13 years? A lot of people don't have a dog for 13 going on 14 years. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
say it since they're pups. But My bitch passed away. Like when I woke up, she had blood coming out her mouth and everything. So my guess was, somebody poisoned her when she went out. I'm always complaining about people leaving their chicken bones, their food
Mhm.
out in the street. Because when you take your dogs out, they sniff the food and they try to eat it. And sometimes you don't get to them on time to pull out whatever bone they got. Like what if, she got poisoned? Like you never know.
It could be
So
anything.
yeah, it could
Yeah.
be anything.
Mhm.
It could have been natural causes. So I don't know. I just woke up to my bitch being dead. She was gone. Like I was sad, mad, pissed. I didn't know how to react. But one thing I could tell you is that these these animals really, really, really do care for you. Like how you raise them depends on how they treat you. Yo, man, when I tell you that I once she passed away, I have the dog that I had this puppy they gave my daughter. My mom passed away. Before she passed away, she gave this dog to my daughter, and my dog, my right hand, she raised it. Like I didn't. That's the first time I ever learned that a dog does not have to be pregnant. A female dog does not have to be pregnant to breastfeed. She breastfed that dog because I got it when it was a couple weeks old. After my mom's dog had some puppies, and first time I ever find out a dog can sit here and breastfeed. Not you don't have to have puppies for this dog to breastfeed, right? And when she passed away, I started just like feeding him house food, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, he's gaining more weight. He seems more healthier. My dog was fed off of regular food and off of the dog food that we buy off the market. Tell me why 2 3 weeks ago we bought some dog food off of Walmart, right? And we was feeding the dog. When we got to the halfway through the bag, right? When he shook the bag, he poured it over. I was like, babe, you noticed that food? What's wrong with the food? When we got close to the food, it was molded. I told her, I was like, yo, this is the last time we're finding
So,
any type of food for our dogs. I was
It
like,
got
what if this?
moisture somehow.
It was molded. We just bought the fucking dog food. We only had it for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, a lot of that dog food's not good. Like, no,
So
a
I'll
lot
say
of
here, I
it's
was like,
not
you know
good.
what? Fuck it. Don't buy him no more dog food from now on. Whatever I cook, he eats. Because back then, our parents used to feed our pets regular house food and nothing happened to the
Yeah,
dogs.
caldito con
But
mhm.
as
tortillas.
long as long as you didn't feed them no chocolate, as long as you didn't feed them no chicken bones, no turkey bones, any other bone was fine allegedly, unless it was chicken bones. And you know what? He's getting bigger. He's getting healthier. His skin is shining. I was like, this dog food that they're giving our dogs is not good for our dogs, even though they say it is.
Nope.
So we have to
Mhm.
start treating our dogs like we treat ourselves.
Yeah, I started making their food like several years ago. But the thing is that they stopped wanting to eat the chicken. Like something's wrong with the chicken. And then I said, let me try the eggs. They
You're
don't
not the
want
only
to eat the
one.
eggs either. So
Listen,
something's wrong.
I bought chicken, right? The last time I bought chicken breast, I told my baby pops, unless you go to either the farmer's market or you get the small whole chickens, the real chickens, because the baby chickens ain't supposed to be this big either. So when you get the small whole chickens, right, when you find them, rip them as many as you can. And I'll make the chicken for them and I'll fry it, I'll bake it, I'll do whatever. But don't give me no more chicken breast. Because the last time we bought chicken, right, and we bought it from cousin supermarket, I washed the chicken, right? The chicken, and it was breast. There was no blood in it. And I'm
Yeah.
saying, I'm like, I put lemon. My mama taught me always clean your chicken with vinegar or lemon. That day I had put vinegar, but it had no blood. So I'm sitting here, I'm washing it in cold water, and as I'm washing it, the fucking chicken shreds in my fingers. I was like, babe, I'm not cooking this shit.
What did
Find
it
something
do?
else. It's
Oh, it came
shredded.
apart.
It's shredded. Like you
But
know how when you
maybe
boil
it
the
sat in the
chicken?
vinegar. Did it sit in the vinegar too
No,
long?
no.
Cause that no.
If our parents cleaned their chicken with vinegar and it didn't shred, why is the chicken shredding now? When you put vinegar on
Something's
it.
Well,
wrong with the chicken. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
The
no,
best way to
I
clean your
get you
chicken is with cold water and you add a
explained
little bit
about
of
the house
vinegar,
stuff
right?
as
Hold
well.
on, Riaz. I'm
I
sorry.
heard,
Hold on, baby. I'm
sorry.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know how you. I'm so sorry. The best way to clean your chicken, right? Like my old heads taught me, right, is with that cold water. You add a little bit of vinegar, or you add some citrus, whether it's orange, lemon, or lime. And key lime is the best. So I mean, they all cleaned it like that, and it never shredded apart, it never dried out, it never messed up. If anything, we had the best chicken ever growing up. Fried, baked, stewed. We had some banging ass chicken. You can't say that shit now, can you? Let's be
something's
real.
wrong with the chicken. I started having to feed them like turkey. I had to switch it up.
It's the turkey. You having the same problem with the turkeys,
No,
and
no.
not
Well, I'm not having the problem with the turkey, but
no, not you. I'm saying a lot of people are having the same problem with the turkeys.
yeah, I'm trying to find places like better places
I mean,
to
halal is the
buy meat
best
from.
places to go, right? But unless you have a whole halal place, but what's fucking me up, right? Cousin supermarket, right? The owners of that store, right? And I'm only saying it just so that y'all gonna know, right? They're Arabic. They're Arabians. I don't know how
No,
you say it.
Arabics though. No,
And they're
Arabic's a
also
language. We call them Arabs though. They're called Arabs though. That's what
yeah,
they're.
there you go.
That's what,
But they're also Muslims, right? And
yeah.
their food is supposed to be like the regular little stores that you go to out here, right? For me, I prefer to go to where my baby pops go. He'll go shopping to the farmers market, or he'll go to the little halal places. They're small little halal places that you go here. They're like regular stores. Like it's like if you're going into a corner store, but a little bigger, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they got everything halal, everything from black soap to everything is halal. The everything is natural, the soaps, the herbs, everything. It's like going into a herb store, but on here you get, meats, you buy produce, you could buy food, you could buy snacks, but everything is different from when you go to a regular store or you go to a regular supermarket. It's supposed to be a little better, a little safer to eat. So, because the supermarket is supposed to be like that, me looking at it like that, I'm sitting here like, if y'all supposed to be like that and then y'all culture is like this, why is y'all selling fake food here in America? That right there has me fucked up in the head because y'all religion and your culture alone shouldn't let you do this unless y'all fake.
It's starting to change, I think, cuz
Yes, I wouldn't say it like that. Also, I just say it's also probably they don't practice properly. And you get Muslims, though, right? They practice at the same time. They're just
But thing is,
practicing for
listen,
the sake of it. But then also some of them, no, they just say they are, but at the same time they don't practice properly. The way I was raised is different, though, because Muslims overseas are different from the ones in America. And I ain't disrespecting. That's just how it is, man. I guess they're just basically adjusting to their environment and they're just trying to copy like everyone else. I don't know. Literally, I have
that
no
could be
clue.
true. Because listen, right in this market right here, when you go in there, right, they, where when you go to the bathroom, there's this, it's in the back behind the meat department, right? But when you go to the bathroom, they also have back there. It's also where they keep everything at, where they store the meats, they store the produce, they store the vegetables, everything they store it back there, right?
Hmm.
But they have this little room back there where it's right next to where you go to the bathroom, where the public goes to use the bathroom. In this little room, sometimes they have it open, and it's the people that own the place, and they got the little rugs there, and you always see them praying. So my thing, I'm assuming that they going by, their religion, their culture, and they go heavy by it. But me seeing this, I'm sitting here, I'm like, if you go heavy and you go by your religion and your culture, then why are you doing the opposite of what your culture and your religion does? Because if this is,
I
I mean,
think there's probably this as well. Some people though, when they come overseas to America, they forget who they really are. I'm not disrespecting that. I'm just
oh,
being
you
honest.
not.
Some people, they do this. They go overseas to America and they happy. They come who they really are, and they come as their cultural self. Later, a few months or a few days later, they change completely and start behaving like everyone else
what
because
else
they
So
just
Ian
feel
in
like
the
they want
chat?
to fit in. They feel like they want to fit in. I ain't disrespecting, but that's just how it is. They probably feel like they want to fit in and they feel like they're going to they're kind of like a bit of afraid of like they won't fit in and no one will accept them and stuff like that. That's why they just behave the way that everyone else does. I don't know, man. That's just how it is. I don't
okay,
know,
so
really.
Yeah, every
basically what
religion has people like that.
facts. So basically,
Of
what Riaz is
course.
trying to say is that some people come to America and sell their souls. Short, long story short, Bill shit. Like cutting what Riaz just said. That's my opinion. He has, but I cut. I'm sitting here trying to, I'm not trying to. It's hard to explain. Uh, the way I understand his opinion, right? The way he perceives and sees things is that a lot of people change who they are once they come to America, and they get sold that dream. Basically, he's not lying. It's the facts. It's the truth. It's like the celebrities. When celebrities become celebrities, you know what happens? they forget where they come and who they are. But let's get to the video real quick, right? And I was asking
Mm-hmm.
Riaz, right, has he seen this in the UK? He said not really, but let me show him the video real quick to see if he heard
Okay,
or
that
seen
depends
anything
which
in the
story
UK.
it is. Then maybe I change my mind because I am not 100% sure.
That's true. So I'm a press play, and then when it ends, I'm gonna let Riaz talk.
Things in a British grocery store that will put any American in a coma. Part 2. What you're looking at right now is beef mince. No, not wood shavings, not food for your chinchilla. Beef mince. Again with the beige food. Do they eat this in one sitting? We break out of character for one moment. This looks bomb. Back in character, back in character. Health food violation here is despicable. I swear this fridge was not even cool. I don't even think this chicken is safe to eat. And clean your bloody shelves. This was really scary. Look at the bread that does not exist on the entire European continent. Ugh, they're so sweet, it's like cake. Are those nuggets? Despicable. Look at the color of this cheese, allure red galore. And then why does everything need to be Cadbury? Can you just not eat yogurt? Does everything need to be Cadbury flavored and Smarties flavored? And look at these huge bags of chips that are not individually packed. Yeah, they're not packs for sure. On a side note though, Brits, you guys aren't really that good at bantering or catching on to sarcasm and satire. Sit this one out, okay? Thanks.
Yo,
Things
whoever made this
Mm,
video is funny as hell, right? I mean, I guess they was, observing, but I'm not sure if it's like this in the UK. So I'm
mm,
She's
gonna let
talking
I
Riaz
shit.
guess
talk.
She's
so.
talking shit.
Maybe.
Hold on, Riaz.
Okay.
What you
She's
say,
talking shit.
Commander?
I think
Oh,
she's talking shit.
she's talking shit. I mean,
Yeah,
Mm,
look at the chicken doesn't look kind of healthy though. Let me mute this real quick while it plays. The chicken really doesn't look healthy. I mean, no chicken should look that like
I
it should.
agree with the chicken
mm.
part. But she's capping on the chips and on the bread.
Yeah, she's saying they bum as shit. But let's hear Riaz because he is from the UK, guys. So let's hear Riaz real quick, and then me and Commander will talk real quick.
Okay, I feel like it's just different areas though, depending which area you're from. You see, I mean, there's wherever you're saying there might be right. However, it just depends which area and which one you go to. Every area is different. For me, I'm probably in the southeast of the UK, so it's a bit more countryside, south, more like a small town type of thing though. So basically, where the bigger homes are, better homes and stuff like that. So where white folks are and stuff like that, I think. So pretty much it's a bit different there though. Depends where though, actually. I would say it's more like an area type thing though. Probably the one she visited is different for her. For me, I don't see it in my area though.
All right, so Riaz says speaking facts is like in Philadelphia. It's real different. The hood, you see certain things, in the suburban area, you see certain things. So this could be like the real hood part of where Riaz is at for real, for real. But
So
if
she's saying,
anybody,
well,
I'm
sorry, go
listening.
ahead.
No, I was gonna say if anybody is from the UK, then y'all can leave your comments down below and let us shorty know.
Because they say Cadbury comes from the UK, right? So she's like, why does everything have
But
to be Cadbury? That's why I think she's ragging on it.
Yeah, but I'm dead though. But everything doesn't look frozen. Like what happened to the freezer parts?
no,
And
but
why is the
that's
chicken on them
surprising.
shelves like that?
That's not surprising though, to be honest. Though for this one, I don't think that's not surprising to be honest, man.
Yeah, look, that's
How,
not a refrigerator. Why in the world is the chicken off the refrigerator? Hold up,
What?
these are shelves. Look, that's not a refrigerator. Look at the beef down there. Yo, those are
is that
cold
beef
cuts.
though? Let
They're
me
not
see.
refrigerated. Look,
Oh, I see what you mean. It's where they sell the cheese. It's cold. Like you know how where they sell the meat, like the lunch meat and stuff.
but that's not a refrigerator. Those are shelves where you store other items at, like seasonings and stuff like that.
That beef looks good right
Snacks.
there.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, if it was in a
I just think
refrigerator,
that
yes,
they
I would agree with
misplaced it.
that. I would
Right.
agree.
The other self thinking though is either they misplaced it or basically the person who was stacking the shelves didn't do their job properly.
I mean, Riaz, they got the price tags underneath them.
No, I know. I
That's the
guess.
crazy part. Chicken belongs in a refrigerator, not on a local shelf.
No, I
But
know.
see, the UK is no different. So listen, that's why I said earlier. Shout out to Riaz, right? So whoever makes fun of Riaz or tries to shump my young bull, yo, y'all tripping right now because he knows what the fuck he talking about. Yo, he's saying it. He says it a lot, and this is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Riaz comes on here. He says, "Listen, whatever affects the U.S. affects the UK." Right? And that's what Riaz
Mm,
is really known for. He says, I come on here and I want to learn, right? I want to see, what
mm-hmm.
happens in America and what happens in the UK. He compares the situations. He don't talk shit. He don't bring people down. He don't bully nobody. He don't harass nobody. But he wants to learn. So it's true though. It proves his point. That's all
Yeah,
I'm trying to
because
say.
of
Because
course,
if
of
you look at
course.
it, right, look at what's happening here in the US and what's happening in the hood parts of America, right? Now look at what they're showing us on what's happening in the UK and why a 22-year-old young man with autism wants to learn why the things that are happening in his country are happening. So he's not here to, fuck nobody over, bring nobody down. He's here to learn himself. So yo, listen, the next
Of
time you try
course.
to chump my young bull, think about it twice, y'all.
Of course, of course. But I also think as well, the only reason I say that as well, though, is because, like America's strong international influence, and also some people in the UK, when they see what America is doing, though, they try and copy their culture. Not like copy, but either they're inspired or they do a full blown copy. Like literally, they'll just copy, dress how they dress, or they'll pretty much, do whatever type of culture America's doing. No, that's so disrespectful. That's kind of true though, because you get people like that actually. You know,
Yeah.
they they get inspired by something, but instead of taking that inspiration and just being themselves, they'll just copy and try and sound like them. No, you get
It's like,
people
listen,
like that.
you're not lying. Listen, look, it's like this, right? Earlier I uploaded a video from TikTok, right? And it's on my regular videos. Y'all want to go check it out? Go check it out, right? I asked myself a question, right? Why is it that a lot of Puerto Ricans don't sit here and give props to where props is due, right? Puerto Ricans like to take pride, right? On reggaeton comes from Puerto Rico, but when you look into the history, right, reggaeton originates from Panama, right? And reggaeton ain't nothing more than just reggae translated into Spanish, right? But who introduced reggaeton to Puerto Rico? It was El General and Nando Bloom, right? And they come from Panama. And then my thing is, right, if you're going to take pride into it, give props where props is due. Reggaeton comes from Panama. Give them their props. I get that we take pride, okay, that, Puerto Rico, Puerto Ricans do it a lot. But here's my thing, right? El General and Nando Bloom introduced reggaeton to Puerto Rico, right? They translated reggae into reggaeton, right? Into Spanish music, right? And then,
Mm-hmm.
right, it wasn't Daddy Yankee who introduced the United States into reggaeton. It was actually Vico C. And Vico C looked up, got his inspiration from El General and Nando Bloom. That's the only reason why I'm saying it. So the reason I'm bringing this up is that a lot of us think that shit is this way when in reality it's that way. We've been
Yeah,
so
that makes
brainwashed
sense.
that we need to do our history and our research.
Yeah, I guess so. And it's also like the UK grammar in America, but they just
So
basically use it as like drill and stuff like that. Because the drill, the Chicago drill, I believe Chicago took inspiration from this guy in the UK named Dr. Rotten. And basically back then, like his production style, he's not just an artist. Dr. Rotten was a producer back in the day. And what he did was his production style was different from everyone else. And Americans like they observed and see how his style was, and they took
yeah,
it
but
and inspired by it though.
you
Inspired by
speak of
Dot
facts.
Rotten.
You speak of facts, but the whole thing is, right. It's like the video that I uploaded earlier, right? We got to give props to where props is due, right? We get
Mm-hmm.
inspiration from different places, but hip hop was originated by a black person, at the end
I
of the
do.
day.
Yeah.
So, right,
I
everything that comes from it, either way, whether you like it or not, the inspiration came from a black person.
I know. I
So
know.
it's like everything, like you were just saying, a copycat. A lot of people copycat, what they do and what they learn, but give the props where props is due is my point.
Yeah, I agree to that though. I agree. I've always known where it was originated from. I just basically, I always knew that though. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us. I mean, if you switch it up, right, and you sit here and you better somebody else's idea, then yes, that's your idea, your inspiration. But give the props where you got the inspiration from. You see where I'm coming from? A lot of people fail to do that, so people don't have the knowledge. Or they're like, it's common knowledge. How is it common knowledge if a lot of people don't know where something came from? If it's not really talked about, that's my point. So if you
Mhm.
want people to know about it, talk about it more. That's it. I may sound stupid or to some people, but at the end of the day, yo, man, it's common sense. Let's be real about it. How people going to know about what's going on? I mean, where it came from, unless more people talk about it. Like I said, once again, people think reggaeton originated from Puerto Rico. If you know, you know. But if you don't, hey, pass the knowledge on. That's all I'm saying. Don't let people think that it's like this when in reality it's like that.
That's like basically, the UK hip hop started in the 1980s, and basically the first ever UK rapper was actually a reggae artist, though, and his name was Smiley Culture. And basically, what his style was, though, with Smiley, what he did was, the Smiley Culture style was like he was a reggae artist, but the way he did his style was like he was rapping, though. Like he spoke in Jamaican patois and he spoke in Cockney, so it's like he was rapping. That was like his type of style, and he knew where he got it from, but his style was kind of different. Because back then in the UK, there was a lot of reggae, so that's what UK hip hop was originated like that. Of course, American artists came over and brought the culture and had to sound like it, and then later they dropped it and you got people who actually made everyone rap in their own accents. That's why it's so distinct from everyone else. Because before, everyone has to put a fake accent to be taken seriously.
Facts, facts, facts. Shout out to Young Riaz. Commander, you want to say something before I go on to the next video?
Oh no, let's go to the next.
All right, so
Okay.
this video